Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're gonna analyze a few things and hope we're gonna get your input as well, along with your likes and comments and all of that good stuff. But today we're actually gonna analyze what is a sprint race, what's a tech race, and what is a long distance race. Now, you guys might think like, what the heck is this guy on? Everybody knows what a sprint race is. Everybody knows a tech race. I mean, a long distance, how is that like? That's pretty obvious, isn't it? Well, apparently it is not, and let me tell you why. On last Sunday, I am looking forward to the APP Tour's first race, announced Alicante SUP Open Sprint Races. I'm like, great, we're going to have super, the fast, cool, epic racing, sprint racing, like we've known it from the past. So I'm having my coffee in the morning, I'm turning on YouTube on my phone, and I see guys paddling around buoys. And I was like, wait a second, hang on. Did I miss something? What's wrong here? I watch a few heats and the guys are doing 3 buoy turns. 3 buoy turns, and the race is taking a moment to finish. I'm like, that can't be a sprint. Unless I'm completely off the rocker, this can't be a sprint. So of course I'm going to my office, sitting on my computer, and I'm thinking about this and like, what's going on here? So I figured we're gonna actually analyze this a little bit, ask some questions, and bring some buts and ifs up. So stay tuned, because not everything is as clear as it is. So first thing first, what is a tech race? The word technical, already includes that a technical feature. So a race without a technical feature can't be a technical race. So in most cases, a tech feature is a buoy turn. That's where the racer has to show its technical abilities to do a sudden change in direction. Back in the day, we had Battle of the Paddle, where people had to run around the chicane, plus waves, plus buoy turns. So that was about as technical as it probably gets. And that was the skill level. It was required to be very high. So you show a skill in a technical race. How long is a technical race supposed to be? I don't know. Is there a rule for that? No, don't know. But we're going to talk about this in just a minute. Now let's move on to what is a sprint race. Well, a sprint race is pretty clear, going from A to B in the shortest time possible. We know this from track and field, 100 meters, A to B, running as fast as you can, done. Or in paddle sports, looking up the ICF website in Wikipedia, ICF has 100, 200 meter, 500 meter, and 1,000 meter sprint courses. They define it as lane racing, as fast as you can, A to B. And of course, that's what we want to see. We want to see an athlete trying to go as fast as they can over a set course. If you add any kind of deviation, a turn or something that forces the paddler to slow down before he reaches the finish, it is not a sprint anymore. He's not sprinting. He doesn't have the opportunity, or she doesn't have the opportunity to sprint all the way. So there you have it. That's a sprint race. Now, what is a long distance race? That is plus minus, let's say, a little bit more difficult to answer, because we all know long distance race, 10Ks and up, in my opinion, paddlers take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to complete. There is no set length on how long it has to be, or what's the maximum length. But a long distance race often takes a long time, goes over 10Ks, and the paddlers are getting into a rhythm. Well, hang on a second, guys. Now, hang on a second. What is if you are a race organizer and you want to have a long distance race, but your lake is only, say, 5 kilometers long and 500 meters wide? What do you do now? You're gonna have to set a buoy somewhere and make paddlers go around. So should we set a technical course, like like how we know the M and the W courses with lots of turns, like 15 minutes a lap, and just have the guys go 5-6 times over? Is it now a long distance, or is it still a long technical race? So the race organizer there has a little problem. Sadly, there are no rules. in my opinion, if you do a long distance race and you're forced to do turns somewhere and you have to set buoy turns, I personally would recommend to have those buoy turns not steeper than 45 degrees. This allows the paddler to take a flat turn, not losing its rhythm. Boom, there you have it. I think that would be a pretty good agreement. We could still call it a long distance race. Now, what if you are a race organizer and you organizing a tech race that only has 1 lap, 3 buoy turns, and it takes about 2.5 minutes to complete? Well, now you're the APP and you're calling it a sprint race. I went online, I looked at the race, it takes about 2.5 minutes to make the lap. So the question we have now is, so when is it a sprint or is it a sprint? Is a 2.5 minute buoy race, is that a sprint still just because it takes 2.5 minutes? And is a sprint race that goes around the buoy, like at the Euro SUP back last year in Denmark? They were running off the beach out, take a 180-degree buoy turn and came back, and everybody was pretty much agreeing. It was like, yeah, that's a sprint race, you know, we agree that we can agree on that. But even there was a technical feature in that sprint race, and that was that turning buoy. So under the given circumstances and the argumentation I just made, it wasn't technically really a sprint race because the racer was forced to slow down, take a turn, and speed back up and come back. So he did not have the opportunity to go as fast as he or she can over a set course, over a set line, one straight line. That is what I understand to be a sprint. So would I call the APP race from the weekend a sprint? Absolutely not. And I feel greatly validated with this findings because the SUP World Rankings indexed the race as well as a tech race and ranked all the paddlers that were in that race in the tech race side of their rankings. So why is the APP calling it a sprint? I don't know. That's maybe because the APP doesn't do normal, regular sprint races. They only do tech races and long distance. Maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know. However, this whole thing to me came up because my expectations were different from what I actually found to be being broadcasted. Is that a big deal? Not really. Does it matter? I think it does. Because at some point we're gonna all have to agree on what is a SUP race and where is it held, how is it held, how long is it, and something that kind of like unifyingly applies. Like we need to find some consistency in this sport at once. Please do me the favor. And do me a favor, and we'll see you in the next video.